Sip it up, people. Get involved. It's time for the Major League Baseball show, and it is Monday. Let's get some party. Let's get some vibes in here, by the way. Come on, man. Let's get it. What do we got here? Yeah. Come on now. Come on. Let's get the vibes going. Let me lean a little bit forward, backwards. Always the blue messes with my camera up there. But it is what it is, people. New day, new week, new money. I know the NFL is going on right now. Did you watch that crazy game last night? Yes. The Buffalo Bills with a storming comeback against the Baltimore Ravens. What a night it was. A good weekend as well. Three out of the past 4 days. Profitable Major League Baseball. Decent card today. There's 3 games in the 6 o'clock hour. 1 game at 7 o'clock, 1 game at 8 o'clock. And how about this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games start tonight. 9:38 or later. That's really interesting. So you're going to be staying up late at night and watching some action and having some fun. And also, there are pitchers that we would love to fade today. But I love this, though. Like, we're in the month of September the 8th. A lot of really good Major League Baseball for at least 3 more weeks. We're enjoying the NFL season. Week number 1 this weekend, week number 2 this weekend. Premium season at rightwager.com does start week number 3, which I can't wait to get down and have some fun with. But boy, oh boy, sometimes you're just throwing darts week 1 and week 2. Which team's good? Which team's bad? Who's going to play well? Who's not going to play well? Case in point last night, easy victory for the Baltimore Ravens. Stolen in the jaws of defeat. But today, we're talking Major League Baseball. Let's get down to some business at this point. All right. How do we like to get down? You know what else I do. Take a look at the pitchers report. Pulled out last 45 days. Pitchers that I want to fade, there's some good ones here because we're talking high XFIPs, high Sierra numbers. My worst pitcher on the card today, Minnesota Twins pitcher Simeon Woods Richardson. Had a pretty good start to the season, was average. Started picking up, but then all of a sudden you saw the past couple starts here after the IL. Not so good. Not so good. So today, Minnesota's in Los Angeles. Always good weather out in LA. That number in that game, 9.5 total, deservedly so. Slight favorite towards Dana as a pitcher for the Angels. I don't think he's all that good either at this point. So we just fade him right out of the break. Miles Michaelis, who got us last time, I don't think he gets us again today. I don't think he does. Michaelis is a trash pitcher, but he is in Seattle, one of the better pitching ballparks in America. Wu was a heavy favorite in that game, minus 230 price. By the way, it was minus 240 overnight. And a 7.5 total. Michaelis, for me, last 45 days, 43 and a third innings pitched. Ks per 9, 4.15. Brutal. Absolutely terrible. You take a look at the ERA, 4.78. High. You take a look at the xFIP number, 5.38. He should get hammered tonight. Look, even bad pitchers have good starts every once in a while. Take a look at Jacob Latz. 20 2/3 innings pitched over the past 45 days. 3.45 ERA, 5.32 xFIP number. Brutal. Jose Quintana, who got the Philadelphia Phillies last time. All right, let's get this guy. Let's pump this guy right on out here. Watch this. Beep. Boom. Welcome to the block list. Ouch. Ouch. Jose Quintana got me against the Philadelphia Phillies. Spitballing, junk-throwing bum out there who should get caught up to tonight by Texas. Whether or not we like that game, 8.5 total, we'll find out in a few moments. Chase Dollander goes out to the West Coast to take on the Dodgers, who are really struggling. Maybe they need some home cooking, but how about this? Tyler Glasnow is not going to be the starter. It was listed as Emmett Sheehan earlier this morning. 9s across the board, minus 350 price, man. Minus 350. Anybody taking the Dodgers today to minus 350 price? You have got to be kidding me, man. You have got to be kidding me. Jansen junk on the mound. Liked him to start the season when he was first called up there by the Marlins, or first pitcher for the Marlins. He stinks, though. 7 games started over the past 45 days. He's 2-1, 37 2/3 innings pitched, a K rate of 5.5 per 9, which is brutal. 5.97 ERA, 4.80 xFIP number. Stinks. Now, here's the guy that's going to piss me off today. You guys know who that is? Let me get a little background music for this one here. Anybody know who the pitcher that's going to piss me off more than any other pitcher tonight? No, it's not Miles Michaelis, even though he might piss me off. You know who that is? It's Bryce Elder of the Atlanta Braves. Analytically stinks. ERA stinks over the last 45 days. So somehow every other start, he's pitching like 7 innings pitched, no earned runs. Like that guy's going to piss me off after a while. And he does. So today he's going up against the Chicago Cubs in Atlanta. We'll find out where that one goes. You know what pitcher is also on my card today? They're probably going to be on my card today. Let me just go to some advanced numbers here. Let's pick up the Sierras and stuff for the last 45 days. Aaron Nola. He can't start games any worse than he does. 2, 3, 4, 5 earned runs, first 2 innings, then settles in. He's going up against Nolan McLean today. McLean's a pretty good pitcher. Young guy, 149 batting average against, sensational. Whip rate, .76, sensational. ERA minus, FIP minus, XFIP minus, Sierra numbers, all really, really good. But the focal point here for me is on Aaron Nola. ERA minus, terrible. ERA sky high. Analytics still likes him at a 4.22 XFIP, which is a high number. But his ERA is 8.38 over the past 45 days. Look, you know me, I'm a Phillies fan. I want nothing more than them to smash the New York Mets. But I just don't know if Aaron Nola is up to the task right now. I just don't. He hasn't been a very good pitcher at all. Like, no question, bum pitcher. Bum pitcher. But how's that one play out for the rest of the night? Because understand this. We might as well start in this game anyway. Batters, last 30 days. Look at these numbers I'm going to read to you for the New York Mets. And this is against right-handed pitching. And Aaron Nola, by the way, has struggled mightily with left-handed batters. Not so much righties. Let's get down to the basics here with the Mets today. Francisco Lindor, 468 weighted on base percentage. Juan Soto, 510. Pete Alonso, 410. Brandon Nimmo, 389. Mark Vientos, 374. Jeff McNeil, 408. Francisco Alvarez, 442. Brett Beatty, 380. The first 8 guys in that lineup today for the New York Mets look astoundingly good. Cedric Mullins out of the 9-hole, not so much. K rates, extremely low. Walk rates, extremely high. ISO power numbers, absolutely fantastic. So again, sometimes cheering for the Philadelphia Phillies, but I look at this game here. For the Mets, come on now. It looks like it's a Mets card today. Game's in Philadelphia, 70 degrees, so not the hottest temperatures. And as we're getting to September 10th, things start to cool off. 3-mile-an-hour wind blowing in, so it's good hitting weather. Just line up the Philadelphia Phillies tonight. Here's the interesting part, too. You know who leads the league, National League in hits? It's Trey Turner, down with a hamstring injury. Haven't seen the latest there, but he'll be down for weeks. And hopefully the Phillies can get him back for the playoffs. Of course, you heard a hamstring running down the first base line. Make it make sense? It doesn't. But Nolan McLean, 94 batters he's faced, ISO against 047, weighted on base percentage 199, K rate 29%. He's been nothing short of phenomenal. Now, the Philadelphia Phillies do hit extremely well against right-handed pitching, which is what Nolan McLean is. So that's a fascinating game because I do think that sooner than later, Nolan McLean's going to get touched up. And maybe it's the night he gets touched up in Philadelphia. Because the Phillies, again, whoever's going to be playing outside of Trey Turner, Schwarber, Bohm, Harper, Realmuto, Marsh, Bader, Kepler, Sosa, and Stott. High ISOs against righties this month. Schwarber, Harper, Realmuto, Marsh, Bader, Kepler, and Stott. Something to keep an eye on that one. Maybe we get a total to the over on both sides of it. I think that could make some sense here. But I really, really like that lineup. Now let's go ahead and take a look at a couple other spots that I think might make some sense today. Ryan Burgett's on the mound for the Kansas City Royals. Not really looking to fade that side. But Slade Ciccone, not a great pitcher. He's going up against Kansas City. And understand this. Like yesterday, had a really nice day. 2-1 in Major League Baseball. But I'm going to read you some of these. Like, let me just bring up my notes from yesterday, if I can find them. This was today. Got the notes out already written up for the teams I want to get after. All right, let's take a look yesterday. Because I'm going to go back to the scores. Because sometimes it's a little bit maddening when you're handicapping and how much thought process you put into it. And, the whole, start to finish of your day, start the handicapping, think about it, then finalize some of those wagers. Like if I just go yesterday to Sunday, and again, it was a winning day, so I'm never going to not knock that. But let's just say I went all the team totals yesterday straight of the teams that I thought would be able to hit. The New York Yankees plated 3 runs in the first inning. They only scored 4 for the entire game. Now, I had the alt team total New York Yankees 2.5 matched up with Detroit, which was a winning number. It's minus 189, so it was juicy. But hear me out on this. Oh, Donnie, why don't you just go, regular? Why you alt these? Well, the Yankees ended up with 4 runs. That's a loss if I took that as a team total for the game. That's an absolute loss. Now, if we keep moving down, it's like, all right, well, you paired them up with the Tigers, right? And you told me it was a winner. Yeah, they got 4 runs. Well, team total for the Tigers was 4.5. So I altered those 2 games and won. If I go straight on them, they're both losers at 0-2. But also with this, let's take a look at the Tigers. What did they do? The Tigers, 3 runs in the first inning. They end up with 4 runs. They only had 4 hits yesterday. So it was profitable for me, but understand this. Sometimes man, what is the deal? So sometimes, that's a great handicap. Well, I'd rather see them both score 13 runs because then I was really on it. But they both hit their numbers. Now, let's slide down to the other games, like the Philadelphia Phillies. I thought they would hit. It's basically a bullpen game for the Marlins with Mazer on the mound. Just a terrible team. The Phillies got 4 runs. If I would have just bet them straight up on the team total number, let's get this camera back in order. Let me see. Let me see if I move up a little bit. Doesn't look like it's back. Tough seeing. Looks like I'm baking up here at this point. But understand this. If you're looking at the Phillies, bet them over 4.5. They scored 4 runs. That's another loser. But in my alt team total parlay, it's a winner. I paired them up with the Athletics yesterday. I just needed 3 runs out of the Athletics. If I would have taken the Athletics team total around 4.5, they scored 3 runs yesterday. The other 2 games I had listed, Houston, they scored 2 runs, which was a loser on my alt parlay. And then with Kansas City, who I think Kansas City had 2 runs. 1 run yesterday for Kansas City. So that one was a loser. So 2-1 on all team total parlays. If I bet them all straight, that's an 0-6 number yesterday. That's terrible. Yeah, Mix, there were a lot of tough beats yesterday. I had a good day. But just looking at that going, okay, I went 2-1. If I would have bet them all straight, that's 0-6. Some things are just quirky with baseball sometimes, right? Now, also understand this. Here's what I love. If I would have went yesterday with the teams I liked, a straight-up handicaps, and again, it won yesterday, so beggars can't be choosers. But if I just would have taken the other team, playing the team that I bet, all of them scored 3+ runs. So if I just reversed the all-team totals to the other side, that's a 3-0 day in the parlay as opposed to 2-1. But also look at the team totals, right? Jays had 3 runs, so that would have been a loss. And again, it wasn't a handicap. I'm just saying. That would have been a loss. White Sox scored 6. That's a win, so that's 1-1. Marlins team total, 4.5. It wasn't 4.5 yesterday. I believe it was 3.5 with juice. So let's call it 4. Let's even call it 4.5. It's a winner. They scored 5 runs. Twins, 5 runs. That's a winner. Rangers game, which again, if I would have bet them, probably 3.5 with Valdez on the mound. That would have been a winner. Angels, I don't know, probably a push more than that. They scored 4. But case in point on that, if you just roll reversed and didn't even bet, amazing. It's where amazing happens at that point, right? Incredible stuff. But today I do like it. Again, the card looks pretty promising. Top of the end pitchers, Nick Lodolo, Nolan McLean, Garrett Crochet, Logan Webb, Brian Will, the usual suspects in there. But there are a lot of guys that sometimes, and you always second guess your numbers. Even though I won 3 of the past 4 days, every single day you're researching, I wonder what went wrong in that game. I wonder what went right in that game. Now, also, if you're looking from a perspective of, let's just say we were alting these games together for the first 5 innings, which Hard Rock is back up for me now, thank you. But let's just say we were doing that yesterday. So let's start right up at the top, and we'll go with the Yankees game. Told you, I hit a 3-run home run in the first inning. You would have had that as one of the legs. Detroit, same thing, 3 in the first inning. Boom. You would have had that leg of it. Houston, which what? Did they score 2? Was it Houston scored 2 runs yesterday? They scored 2 runs. But they did not. They got them both after the 5th inning, so that would have been a loser. Kansas City only scored 1 run. And I think that 1 run did come in the first 5 innings, but it doesn't matter. Philadelphia Phillies, let's go back and chase and look what the fight in Phil's card was yesterday through those 9 innings. Let me see here. Phillies only scored 1 run, so that would have been a loser. And then the Athletics, let's see here in that game. By the way, we didn't cash that Athletics game until the 8th inning, so one of those games where I usually bitch about, hey, I never can get that hit late. Finally got that hit late in that game, so that one worked out. Let me just slide this down here. A's, okay. The A's, 1 run in the first 5 innings. It would have been a bloodbath if we can do that yesterday. So just going to stick with the normal stuff today, which means getting after those all-team totals. They just make the most sense at that point. Even if you mess up and miss a cap, still a chance to overcome it. But yesterday, I do think it was an anomaly where you win and you're not really happy with the handicaps that you had because you thought you should have more. Like, none of my teams scored 5 runs, but yet I still won money yesterday. That's a rarity, man. That really is a rarity. So that's the way it goes down. Jansen Junk on the mound today. Best hitting lineups today, if we do a quick preview of that, I think Kansas City is decent. Cleveland, no. Here, you know what? Here's one that I think is going to be fascinating tonight. Jansen Junk is on the mound. On the season, 179 batters faced from the left-hand side. 164 ISO, weighted on base percentage, 336. Jansen Junk is dominant, at least from his power numbers from the right side. Last 30 days, right-handed batters, 074 ISO, weighted on base percentage, 259. But to lefties, a 293 ISO and a weighted on base percentage of 370 against and a K rate of 13%. So, well, Donnie, why would you bring that up? Why is that important? James Wood, lefty. Abrams, lefty. Bell, lefty. Lyle, lefty. Garcia, lefty. Hassel, lefty. That's 6 out of the 9 batters that are left-handed batters going up against a guy that struggles against left-handed hitting. Something to keep an eye on. It's a very good-looking lineup, though, to be honest. Mets, I told you, maybe the best hitting lineup of the Major League Baseball card tonight. The Mets look like the best hitting lineup. Now, question, can they hit Nola? We'll find out. I think they will. Nolan McLean's going up against a really good Phillies lineup. Chicago Cubs, not a good lineup tonight, going up against Bryce Elder. And then you take a look here at Jurickson Profar, the boys for the Braves, going up against Imanaga. Not a good-looking lineup. Milwaukee actually doesn't look that great against Jacob Latz. Boy, lefty. By the way, when you guys are betting games out there, do you ever shy away sometimes from left-handed batters? It feels like you got to do that sometimes. It does. Like, I think lefties burn me more than anything. Oh, well, right-handed batters in the lineup. Somehow they can't hit any lefties here. Texas' lineup actually looks decent tonight. Langford, Freeman, Jung, Berger, Higashioka, Heim, Hellman. Going up against Katana. I hate that guy. And again, it's a lefty. Minnesota's lineup tonight doesn't look that good. Going up against Caden Dana. Simeon Woods, Richardson going up against an average lineup for the Angels, but I do think they torch him because everybody's been torching him. 76-degree temperatures at night. Like to see that. Cubs, yeah. Cubs look like they are screwed, Deacon Mike. I'm sorry. Padres lineup looks horrendous tonight against Lodolo. Reds lineup doesn't look that great. Seattle's lineup now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus ISOs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus weighted on base percentages. Not a lot of Ks in that lineup, but Michaelis stinks. Cal Raleigh probably goes deep again tonight. So does Jorge Polanco. Like, lefties are probably going deep on Michaelis tonight. St. Louis batting lineup looks horrendous tonight. Arizona lineup looks okay against Logan Webb, which not really something I want to get down with. San Francisco's lineup now on a day-to-day basis starts to look good. Nabil Krismat, who struggles with lefties, he'll get who? Devers, Smith, Lee, Gilbert, and Bailey. Not a great-looking lineup overall, but the numbers are pretty good there. Boston going up against the A's. Morales on the mound going against an okay lineup. The Athletics lineup, Langoliers, Rooker, Kurtz, Colby Thomas, Jacob Wilson. It's okay, but Kershaw's a very good pitcher. Or not Kershaw, Crochet. Dodgers and the Rockies. Dodgers lineup looks okay. Chase Dollander stinks. Left-handed batters smoke him. Otani's a lefty, probably smokes him. Freddie Freeman might smoke him. Max Muncy might smoke him. Michael Conforto, Haesung Kim, they might smoke him up. But it's a decent card tonight overall. I think it is. Again, those bottom-of-the-barrel guys, where we're going after. Not going to be a good night for me. Cubs probably lose along with my Bears. Ooh, the Bears game's a tough one. Yeah, by the way, if you guys, once again tonight, 30 minutes till kickoff, which is basically 40 minutes till kickoff on primetime games. Myself, Joe Lisi, Tom Vecchio, Mike Carver, live on the air at 7:30 tonight. Make sure you keep an eye on that one. But I got to get to some action in the Major League Baseball card. Got to put up some videos. Follow me on YouTube, which most of you guys do right now. Same thing with Twitter, on X. But also, I do a lot of TikTok videos now with free plays. Having fun with that. Reposting them to the YouTube with the shorts. And also, keep in mind, posting some of those things there on Instagram and whatever the hell else is out there at this point. But that'll do it for the Major League Baseball show here. Quick 21-minute show on a short Monday. Monday Night Football tonight. Should have some action. But we do this baseball show every Monday through Friday, right up through the Major League Baseball season. Maybe we'll even take a look at doing it into the playoffs as well. We'll find out. But I'm going to be live tonight, along with the boys, right here on this network, 7:30 p.m. for 30 minutes till kickoff. I'll see you guys then. Thanks for tuning in.